Right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a little intro for you.
Oh,
I've written.
God.
Okay, so today I'm enjoying.
Please. Can I leave while you
This is
do
too
this?
embarrassing. Okay, today I'm. It's like I'm reading your eulogy. Today I'm joined by my dear friend Ariel, a Canadian creator originally from Toronto, who has been living in France for over 10 years. So through her content, Ariel has built a combined community of over 86,000 followers. I had to say it, and counting. And by sharing insider guides, recommendations, and honest advice on everything Paris and France. From hidden gems and cafes to navigating life in the city, Ariel is your best source for tips, or if you're traveling to Paris or just interested in France in general. That's all I couldn't get it out. It was corny, but
That's really funny. That is actually so funny. I can't believe it. It's like a real talk show, okay?
it's a real talk show. I just wanted to introduce you properly because, look, I know that you put a lot of work into your videos. You're always interviewing people and places and everything like that, but no one has really interviewed you yet. And I think that people need to know who you are, what you're about.
Thanks.
And yeah, that's why I invited you here.
Thank you for clarifying that, look.
Okay.
Perfect. I'm happy to be here.
Okay, thanks for coming. So, what I thought would be fun. Do you need tissue?
No. Whenever I smile, I cry. It's gonna be a problem for the whole thing.
That's all right. That'll be
Always.
good for the thumb. It's just gonna tear out for the thumbnail. Firstly, I want to talk a little bit about you and life before France and before you moved here. Why did you decide to move to France? Like, were you always interested in French culture? Tell me more about that.
Tell me more. Yeah, so in Canada, at least in Toronto, in Ontario, you can choose to go to a bilingual school. It's called French immersion. And so my parents put me in French immersion, just like, my mom was like, that's a great opportunity for our children to have. Like, my family does not speak any French. And it was definitely like scary for them because they couldn't help us with our homework and stuff. But my parents put me, my brother, and my sister all in French immersion as soon as they could, like right from grade 1.
That's amazing.
It might have even been earlier, I'm not sure. And I couldn't even tell you what it was, but I fell so in love with the language, which is crazy because I vividly remember actually hating my grammar classes. We had to copy the Becherel. It was
Oh my god.
It was awful.
I have that here. I literally have it right here next to me.
Yeah.
The Becherel. Yeah.
Nightmare of my life was recopying that. It was so bad. But for some reason I fell in love with the language.
Yeah.
And then after primary school, so grade like 1 to 5, then you go to middle school and high school, and I just kept doing French immersion. And then I decided to keep doing French in university. So I did a double major. I did a major in French and a major in communications.
Cool. Yeah.
And then during one of the reasons why I picked that program at like the University of Ottawa is because you could do like Erasmus, the Canadian equivalent of Erasmus, which is like an exchange.
For a year? Is it a year or 6 months or?
You could do either. I did 2 rounds of 6.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
We have that in Australia too.
And you didn't do it?
I didn't do it.
Why?
I don't know, because I always wanted to come to France. Monash University, where I went, had a thing with Lyon University, so I could have gone there, but I think I was just too scared, and I was like, no, I just want to like stay here and work on my career, and I was flip-flopping with like degrees and stuff all the time.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And so you came here to France on Erasmus?
Yeah. So I came here for my first year of master's. It's weird because it's not the equivalent. Like your 4th year university. No, that's a lie. I came here for my 3rd year. And then I came back for my master's. But the French master's you do after your 3rd year, whereas in Canada you do after your 4th. So anyways, I guess I first moved here when I started my master's.
That's cool. What did you study? What was your master's in?
So I went to journalism school.
Can you tell?
Yeah, I'm very detail oriented because it wasn't a marketing dense. It was like truly reading, writing, like reporting, as opposed to creative thinking journalism.
And you really liked that?
I did like it. I liked it a lot. So one of the coolest things about, I don't know if you've taken any communications classes, but at least the ones I've taken in France and in Canada, it's sort of like you're studying the art of manipulation. And so I really liked reading past studies that sort of showed how you could sway people, or like that showed behavioral patterns.
Yeah.
And like you would apply that then to marketing strategies and stuff. So I just found that very interesting.
I love that. And did you, by the way, in high school, in university, were you always confident with public speaking?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, so I hated it. I missed out on so many good like units and subjects because I specifically tried to avoid ones that had presentations.
Why?
It's so insane. I had no confidence.
Really?
Yes, it was, we haven't even talked about this. It was really bad. And I remember I took a journalism subject and I did really well towards the end, and I dropped out of that class because one of the tasks was like a pop something we called it in Australia, where you have to go on the street and interview people. And I was like, I just can't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. And so, yeah, we'll go into this in another video, but I've like dropped out of, I've deferred university and stuff because I was just not having a good time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I studied a few communication classes, and one of them I hated like having to go up to people on the street and talk to them.
Okay, that's a little crazy. There's definitely a difference between doing a presentation to your class and approaching random people on the street. That's a little
But even presentations, I hated
strange.
it. I hated it.
Girl, we are so upset. I was like, can I go first? I was I was ready. I wanted to be the best.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, actually, just a quick segue and then we'll go back. The reason why I loved your content so much and why I reached out to Ariel to go get a coffee and stuff, and that's how we became friends. But I really loved the way that you made videos on YouTube, and that you have a very journalistic approach to creating content. It's very thought out, it's very detailed, and I just thought you were cool. And so I was like, yep, I want to be friends with her. So it makes such sense that you studied that.
Yeah.
In uni.
I think it's a pro and a con. Like, it's not a pro and a con. It's an asset, and also, what's the opposite of asset?
Like a disadvantage?
Yeah, it's both an asset and advantage, because I that I'm so type A about things. Like, I will not make anything that I'm not 100% sure of. Like, I won't say something unless I've researched it, unless I have all the facts.
Yeah.
And I think that really limits you. Like, I don't do random videos on the street where I'm just chatting and I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not saying this is good, but it's like I limit myself because I need to be academic about it before I post something, I think.
Yeah. That's great.
But it limits you. You can't just be like fun and free.
Yeah, but maybe, but I also feel like it just really depends on the type of content. Like, I can see you making like documentaries and things like that.
Ugh, yes. I never showed you my olive harvest documentary, but that's like one of my favorite documentaries that I made.
Is it on?
So it's such a sad story. That documentary, I call it a documentary because I'm very proud of it. It feels very documentary style, but, and actually the mayor of the village that I filmed for that, video, like, sent me a thank you letter. I was like, they published me in newspapers because it was like a small village. Okay. It was a small village in Crete. That's where you'll see. Anyways, the unfortunate thing is I uploaded it at 720 like pixels or whatever. The lowest possible quality that you could upload a video to. And I just felt so embarrassed after like a month of it being up that I just privated it. Yeah.
You should repost it.
No, because I filmed it 2.5 years ago. I look so different. I have different like filming equipment. My style's a little bit different, but yeah, I was really proud of that video.
Well, I mean, okay, well, if this gets...
No, I'll definitely film another one. I have to film another one, but...
Really? You wouldn't just repost it and then have a disclaimer at the start and say, by the way, this is one from the archives?
I reposted on my second channel.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
But this is the problem is I love making documentary style videos. I love that one. The one I filmed was like, I lived with farmers. I filmed the harvest. Like it was like a really special documentary, at least in my heart. But the problem is when you pick a niche and you pick a category, so I've picked Paris as my category of content, it doesn't make sense for you to then go out and like film other videos because it takes a month of my life to go film in Greece.
That's hard. And I feel like we can talk about that a bit in a minute.
Sorry.
Because I've got that down. No, don't apologize. But I feel like that's one of the things where I feel like we've spoken about when you put so much effort into something and sometimes it gets the least amount of views in comparison to... Yeah. story of your life. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so you decided to move to France. And when you first moved to France, I'm curious to know, who were you then and how have you changed in 10 years? I know it's a bit of, I've got some kind of tricky questions.
Who was I then? Oh my gosh.
How would you describe yourself? And
I have kind of a sad answer.
that's okay.
I was definitely more fun and enthusiastic. I miss my old personality for sure.
What do you mean?
So it is my opinion that when you move to a place like France, where the culture is much more, like, it's a colder culture, it's a more, at least Paris specifically, it's a city where everyone's like, go, go, go. Everyone is really focused on themselves. It leads people to come across as rude, to come across as cold, to not be as inviting. And, like, not to talk about this for too long, but
Okay.
when I was younger, all the way up until university and stuff, I would be the person, like, dressed up, you know, bringing cookies, and I would also have a party for St. Patrick's Day and Valentine's Day. I would go around and I'd bake cookies and I'd bring them to all my friends, and, like, everything was a celebration. Everything was so happy. And I tried to live that way in France, but French people were not receptive to this. And I tried this up until 2 years ago. And the reason I called it quits is I just had enough. Like, so I'm on a basketball team, and again, I was just, like, being my Ariel self, you know, Valentine's Day, bringing all the girls little Galentine's treats. When I would go back home to Canada, I would bring everyone, like, little treats from Canada. I would always write cards for birthdays, and, like, just across the board, French friends, French basketball team, like, anyone in France. My French colleagues, I brought them all plants that I'd propagated from my home.
Wow.
They left them on their desks to die. Like, they were just, no one in France, no French people have been receptive to my character.
What?
And I think that's made me change. And I'd like to change back because now I have mostly Anglophone friends.
Yeah.
But
I need to introduce you to some
Yeah.
French people I know who aren't like that, who are lovely.
would I
Like,
know them?
No, you don't know them yet. You don't know my friend Victoire.
Okay.
But her boyfriend's from the States.
Okay.
So she was the first person who was so open to me here. And
Yeah.
she's the best. And she's a sweetie. So, yeah. But I'm sorry that you had that experience. And by the way, Ariel, not to make you feel uncomfortable, but Ariel is one of... we've known each other less than a year. And
Yeah.
you are one of my most treasured friends.
Oh.
Yeah. And just, like, it's... I feel like Ariel... If everyone needs an Ariel in their life, because you put so much care and so much love and so much of yourself into friendships and everything that you do. And it makes me sad that people don't appreciate that.
Okay, can I say two things?
Yes.
Number one, the first thing I want to say is, I think, because I feel similar, like, we haven't known each other as long as I have other people in my life or other friends, but I do feel like when you get older, you become better at figuring out the right types of people that you connect well with. So that's why I think we mesh well, because I don't know.
I think we are similar in a lot of ways as well.
But I think it takes age and experience to know when you've found someone who's, like, a good connection and a good friend for you.
Yeah.
And the second thing is, yeah, people used to say that to me all the time. Like, my friends would be like, you're our best friend. Like, you're the greatest friend anyone could have.
You are.
And I would look at them and be like, you guys, can you put, like, 10% of the effort into our friendship that I'm putting in? Because
yeah.
with my French friends,
Yeah.
I would host all the parties. I would throw all the events. I would organize the group gifts and the group everything. And it just wears you down. It's like,
Yeah.
hello, can somebody else, like, I don't know, show some enthusiasm?
Yeah, it feels like an imbalance. And I think
Yeah.
okay, two things to say on that. I feel like some people are just better at organizers. Like, we're
Yeah.
not organizers. Okay, it's like with my friends, I'm often the one who does the apéro, who invites
Yeah.
people for over. And it doesn't mean that my friends don't want to come, but
Yeah.
sometimes it takes that leader. But you do also need to
Yeah.
cut people out, cut people off. Who,
It needs to be reciprocal in some
Yeah.
way. Like, whether or not they're organizing or they're suggesting something. I just didn't
Yeah.
like always leading it. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I've had those situations where you have to kind of break up friendships because it's like, we're not investing the same amount here and nothing's going to change, unfortunately. And that's just a part of getting older, I think. Why?
No, I'm just like, I want to be my enthusiastic self.
You will. I think you need to find the right people, like, to bring that out. And I feel the same. Like, I feel like you're one of my only friends who is like that too.
Yeah, but I just don't get it. I'm like, to me, everything's a celebration. Anytime I can celebrate and get excited and, like,
Yeah.
I want to. Yeah.
I think it's hard. Like, I feel like also, I don't know if this is a whole COVID thing and we can talk about it
Oh,
for
yeah,
longer,
maybe.
but like people are broken, people don't know how to connect.
Yeah.
And we're just so within ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I love living in Paris. And it's funny, even though I moved to a much more like introverted, closed off culture,
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing my friends more than ever because we all live so close.
Yeah.
But you really, what is it? To be a villager, what is it?
If you want a village, you gotta be a villager.
You've got to be a village. So yeah, that's really important. So you didn't move straight to Paris, did you?
No.
You moved to
First I moved to Lille.
Lille. Did you? Mm-hmm. My friend Victoire's from there. I've never been.
I think you told me that. We should totally go. Lille is, I want to say 45 minutes on the train.
What?
It's
no.
I could be lying.
An hour.
It's close. It's definitely close.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's northern. It's right on the border where Belgium is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. They have a really good brocante.
I know.
thing.
Everybody tells me about it. I know. I need to
Yeah,
go.
we need to
I want
go.
to go. I wanted to go last year, but I looked at the train tickets, and because I was looking so late, they were either sold out or 7,000 euros.
No.
So.
Okay, yeah. Well, next time we'll absolutely go. You started in Lille, and then where did you move after that?
So Lille was my first Erasmus. That was like a 6-month stunt, and then I moved to Grenoble,
Wow.
but that was again like a 6-month sort of like at a different school.
Yeah.
And those actually are like the highlight years of my life. I had the best time in Grenoble. If you've never been, I mean, yeah, I think I probably look back on it in fondness because it was the first time I was like super free. I don't know what age I was, but I was definitely drinking age.
Yeah.
And my friends and I, we got bikes and we just like, it was freedom in a way that I'd never felt before.
Oh, I love that.
And then after that, I moved sort of full time, at least for 2 years, to Aix-en-Provence.
Oh, I didn't know this. I haven't even asked you.
You didn't know I went to, that's where my school was.
No way. Oh my gosh, I want to go there so badly. Yeah, it's a university town, isn't
Yeah, the thing with Aix is it's very small.
it? Okay, yeah.
So you have like quick access to Marseille. So you can do lots of day trips to like the Caulaincourt, all the cute little coves with the water. The weather's good. I would like walk to basketball practice in December in my shorts. Like it's great, but there's not a lot to do.
Yeah, okay.
In the same way that Paris, you have the world at your fingertips.
Well, would you recommend going there for like a weekend? Or
Yeah.
like a couple
definitely.
of days?
Definitely.
Yeah.
The problem is from Paris, it's a long train ride.
It's it's like 4 hours, 6 hours?
I think it's a bit more. I don't know. It was long. The move from Aix to Paris for me was long. I did it on a bus, but it was long. And also it's an expensive city because it's either students or older French people.
Okay.
So it's kind of pricey to rent an
interesting.
Airbnb and stuff.
That's so interesting. Okay. And then when did you move to Paris?
So the reason I moved to Paris is because during my second year of my master's program, you had to do an internship. Mm-hmm. And
What did you do?
well, I was trying to do something in journalism.
Yeah.
In my field, but the journalism intern, like internships in France, you can pay your interns like €2 an hour. So the monthly salary was 600 euros for most journalism internships. And I was like, I can't even pay my rent with that.
Yeah.
So I started looking at Paris and I started looking at jobs that were paying at least minimum wage, which is 1,500.
Okay, yeah.
And I found one with Chanel.
No way. I feel like I've known this, but we haven't like really had a deep dive on that.
Yeah, so they hired me to be a data analyst.
Yes.
Because I previously worked as a data analyst in Canada.
I can definitely see that for you with your personality type.
I love it. I
That
love
would be
data.
heaven.
Yeah.
Okay, so then how long were you with Chanel for?
It was an internship, so it was maybe 6 or 7 months.
Oh, okay,
Something like that.
Oh, wow. And how old were you?
I don't even know how old I was.
Okay, early 20s.
Yeah, mid-20s, I would say.
Damn.
Something like that, early mid-20s.
That's so fun. So how many years have you been in living in Paris for?
I think 5 or 6.
Okay, wow. So when did you start YouTube? And what made you?
Gosh, that's such a weird question because I don't even remember what possessed me to post my first video, which you won't find because I privated it. But my first video was how to make friends abroad.
I love that.
Yeah, I think I was in this phase where I moved abroad and I was like really, really happy. Like I was saying, you feel so free. You're exploring a whole new culture.
Yeah.
When you're a student, you're immersed in a young, energetic space.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I felt like if you had the right tips, you could easily make friends and have a really great time, because I was having a good time and I think I wanted to share that. I have no idea, because when you first post on YouTube, like, there's nothing to gain, okay? Like, you know this too. I honestly don't even know what possessed me to post my first video. But
What? How long ago was it? Like
9 years.
9 years ago.
And I had a camera, like, it's so hard to explain because now we have all this technology, we have iPhones and stuff, but I had this DSLR camera that didn't have autofocus, so I had to sit down in my 9-meter squared apartment in X.
Wow.
I had this giant DSLR, and I would, like, line it up so it focused on my face.
Oh, I love that.
It was, I don't even know, like...
And were you posting consistently back then or sporadically?
No, definitely not. No, it wasn't something... It was something that I just did when I wanted to, like, just for fun. I probably posted once every 6 months, maybe.
And then can you talk a bit about, like, Sorry, I think some people might just find this interesting about, like, your journey on YouTube as well. When did you start posting consistently, and when did you notice that, like, have that viral moment when your channel really took off?
I would say I didn't start posting consistently until maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So I was working for a company, being a data scientist in Paris, loving my life. Actually, I think my title was business planner. I don't think it was data science. But anyways, all the same thing. And the company was closing down, so they were letting everyone go. And they gave you, like, a couple routes. So you could either get another job, you could find another job internally, you could go back to school, or you could start a business. And so I had to pick one of those routes. And at that exact time when I had to make that decision, I posted a video that got a lot of views. I think it's when I lost hot water, and I think it might be that one.
I always get that, like, it's always, like, recommended to me that you know, like, we have no heating, we have no hot water.
Yeah.
Is that the one? Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny to laugh at. It was really, like, a traumatic experience.
I always make a joke about it, but I know it wasn't.
I think that's the video, but it got 150,000 views. And this was 3 or 4 years ago. And, like, when that happened, I earned that month on YouTube a couple €1,000, and I had 2,000 subscribers. And I looked at that and I thought, decision is made. I'm going to become a YouTuber. But what I want to highlight is I feel like that was at the very end of when YouTube was a peak career moment, because I have almost never since then made that same amount in a month.
Crazy.
Because you just earn a lot less with AdSense. I tell this to people, I can see my metrics. You earn 0.0004 cents per view. So in order to make a certain amount of money, you have to have, like, millions of views a month.
Yeah.
So
consistently.
It was this weird, I mean, I'm happy I made that decision, but it was so unrealistic for me to base my life off of that one moment.
Yeah, but then, like, you have a career now, and this is your full-time thing. You've been able to sustain that.
Yeah. It's definitely much different. It's definitely way less
profitable. Or?
Yeah, it's, like, really not even close.
Wow.
And what's crazy to me is since then, so I had that number, I had 2,000 subscribers. I'm at 70,000 subscribers now, and I do not make that amount per month.
That's crazy.
Like, not even close. Not even close. So...
Is it because the market's oversaturated with creators, or...?
I think advertisers just have to pay less. I think they pay less now.
Yeah. That's weird. I thought that they would pay more.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you why.
No, and, like, even your apartment hunting videos, because they did really well.
Yeah.
Before I met Ariel, I watched the scam one. That's the one that came up first. That one was great. And then the apartment hunting, when you're, like, walking in the street, that one as well, that popped up for me. But I also wanted to know, is there somewhere in Paris that holds a very important memory for you? Your favorite places in Paris to go? Or is there somewhere that's emotional? Because I have a place.
What's your place?
So my place is right near the Bust de Dalida, like right in Montmartre.
Oh, really?
And it's near, it's like Chez Julien. It's like a bistro with yellow. And It's like right on that street. I forget the name of it. I'll insert a picture.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's such a beautiful.
It's
such a
really
area.
beautiful. It's just after you walk up these steps, a street with trees. That's how I knew that I wanted to move to France, because I was here on holiday. It was raining, and across the road there was this little patisserie.
Yeah.
And it was getting like dark. It was my favorite time of day when the lights start to turn on. It was raining, and I was like, this is so cliche, I know, but I thought, yeah, like I'm so happy here, and I always think about that space.
Why didn't you move to Montmartre then?
I tried, but I couldn't find an apartment. So when I moved here, I moved to the 17th, which was easier enough.
Yeah.
It was just really competitive.
Bummer.
I know, I love Montmartre. Like, I think Montmartre, I love the Marais, but it can get too touristy.
Yeah.
But I think Montmartre is probably my favorite, away from the Sacré-Cœur part. And I like the 6th. I know. I like the 6th. I know.
I like the 18th. No, I like the 6th too. I just find it, you already know, I find it a little bit too tourist heavy. And when businesses cater to tourists, then I think you lose authentic French culture, which is why I don't tend to gravitate to those spaces. But you can always find little pockets of, French residential neighborhoods. So I don't want to like list that as a whole tourist area, but I really like the 18th as well. I will say that when I was looking for an apartment, the apartments that I toured in Montmartre were by far in the worst condition.
Yes, that is so true.
Yeah.
Because before I found this place through someone from work, I looked at a place with the exact same meters squared. It was on the 6th floor, no elevator, no washing machine. It was very pokey, dingy, and I'm sure that the energy rating was the worst.
Oh, for sure.
So, but it's hard because it's like, I'm like someone who's like, I'm happy to live in a moldy apartment because I just like the old vibes. Like, yeah, I'm pretty glad that I moved into somewhere really nice, because for me, I just like old broken things, which is a bit weird. But.
I mean, I wouldn't say that's a bad thing, but for me, it was always the kitchens. Like, the kitchens with just the metal sink and the 2 old hot plates. I really love to cook, and I like to eat healthy, so.
I've got that here, so you
have
here.
A full counter.
Yeah, but that's because the girl built it.
Yeah.
So I would have to build that if she hadn't.
Yeah.
There's no way I could be living in squalor. I'm asking a few Paris-centric questions because your channel is about Paris and you know so much about France and Paris in general. But I was curious to know, where do you find a good croissant?
Oh, Lord.
Is this a trick question? It might be a trick question.
No, I would say the best croissant I've ever had is from a bakery called Terroirs d'Avenir.
Okay.
They have 3, I think, locations in Paris. And the reason I like them is because they are just the most butteriest, flakiest croissants. So I really, really like theirs.
Yeah.
You've got one in the Marais, you've got one in the 11th. And
What? I didn't know that.
not the Marais, the 2nd. So,
Oh, okay.
like, upper Marais adjacent.
Okay, I'm going to have to go check that out.
Yeah.
I thought that you were going to say, honestly, any boulangerie does the job.
Oh, no, definitely not. No.
Really?
Why are you surprised with that?
Because I thought, I mean, like, you don't have to go to Cédric Grolet to get a croissant. Definitely not when you come to Paris. But I just thought, any boulangerie does the job.
No. For example, the boulangerie closest to my house, I hate their bread. I hate their croissants. It's such a pain in the butt because it means you have to walk 10 extra minutes to go to croissant. Oh. But there's definitely a difference in quality. People who use, like, pure, like, not pure butter, but who make pure butter croissants and don't use other types of fats or oils, those obviously taste better.
I had no idea.
You've never tasted a bad croissant?
Well, I just thought, maybe it's a bit stale because they've been sitting there for a couple of days.
No, there's always going to be good and bad, but I would agree that you don't have to go to some big luxury brand of pastries. I actually don't like Cédric Grolet, and I think his pictures are overpriced, so.
Yeah, I think so too, but you're paying for the brand with him.
Yeah.
Wait, let's de-influence him, his stuff though, because you just don't need it. And a lot of other boulangeries now and patisseries are making like trompe-l'œil.
Yeah.
And they've increased their quality, so it's quite similar, I'm sure, to what I haven't actually tried his trompe-l'œil.
I just did a whole video on trying pastries, and they were good, but you just could not ever make me believe that one of those pastries is worth 18 euros.
That's insane.
It's so much money.
It's way too much money.
Yeah.
No. And there's other pastries that I would like, when we went to Le Bristol.
Oh, yeah, I did like the flan.
And the flan, like, I feel like that is expensive too, but if you were to give it as a gift for someone's birthday and they really loved flan, like, it's a nice treat.
But you could also split the flan into 4 pieces.
Yeah.
Which makes it €5 a piece, whereas the trompe-l'oeil was a small little thing, like the mango, you can't really split that.
Yeah, no. Okay, well, I will make sure to add Ariel's video on the pastries down below because this one, I love that video.
Thanks.
Maybe not because I'm in it, but I also wanted to know, okay, this might be a bit of an intense question, but what have been your biggest challenges and like highlights and challenges like since living here for 10 years?
Highlights, I would say accessibility to things. I don't have a driver's license and I don't like to drive. I'm a walking, biking girly pop. So I like here that everything is very close. I'm comparing my life, like my life here to my life in Toronto. And in Toronto, we don't have a metro system that's as developed. If you don't live right in the heart of downtown, you have to take a car. So I really like, a huge highlight for me is how easy it is to get not only around Paris, but around the whole country with public transportation.
Yeah. And living in Paris is great because you're connected to everywhere.
Yeah, there's all these train stations that take you literally to not just France, but like other countries. I like the food. I find that the produce is fresh.
Yeah.
I now eat organic, which I couldn't do back home in Canada because it'd be too expensive.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So organic here is cheaper than back home.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Organic here is almost the same price as non-organic. With the exception of like meats and dairy products, those are definitely more expensive if you buy organic. But things like carrots, peppers, like it's very close in price.
Wow, I need to check that for Australia because we grow a lot of our own produce. So that's interesting. I did not know that.
And then other highlights, you mentioned this before, but like the fact that everyone is so close.
Yeah.
I would never see my friends more than once a week.
Wow.
Back
Yeah,
in
same.
Canada.
I know. I felt like I was so lonely in Australia. Like I would just go to work, come home, go to work, come home, and then here I'm just like, hey, I'm in your area. Can I pop up and get a coffee or like let's go out? It's so, I love it. It's so great. That's a perk of being in a big city.
Yeah.
But interconnected. A big, small city, I think. I also want to know is, do you think that Paris has made you more creative?
Be more creative. Yes. Yes and no. I think my personality, I think we're very different in that sense where I love being creative. I like my job because I get to be creative. I don't think that's dependent on Paris. I think that because I create content, I'm naturally forced to be creative.
Yeah.
I think I'd be creative if I lived elsewhere. Like when I was in Greece.
Yeah.
I was so creative because I had all these new things I was filming. But I think my personality is also, like I was saying, like very academic.
Yep.
So I think that my job has made me more creative, not Paris.
Okay.
But for you, it's different because you, obviously, this made you more creative.
I'm a romantic. Yeah, I think I'm, well, not that you're not, but I'm definitely like, like walking along the street being like, you don't need a lot of money to feel rich in Paris because you can just look at the stores. I mean, you do because it's expensive, but yeah, I definitely feel I'm very influenced visually by my surroundings.
Yeah.
I'm very sensitive to that stuff. So it definitely makes me way more creative than in Melbourne. Melbourne actually has a lot of old buildings, but also new. But Australia is such a new country that you have a lot of like things that I'm not attracted to. I'm attracted to old historic things. So what I wanted to ask you as well is what inspires you in general to create? So
What inspires me?
yeah. For me, film, architecture is a huge thing for me. I don't know why. Architecture, film, I would say those are my main inspiration.
I think... So I think there's got to be some psychological thing in my brain because my parents did not like television. We were strictly monitored for TV consumption. Like not in a crazy way, but I always felt like I wasn't cool because I didn't know what was the like latest TV show.
Like
I
pop
wasn't
culture? Yeah.
And so I think that because I was never, my parents had different things that they thought were culturally important, like museums or going out to do events. Like we did a lot of that stuff. I did a lot less of consuming content.
That's great.
Okay, that's not my point. My point is I feel sometimes a little bit of a loser because I don't get pop culture references. I don't get inspired by TV or movies. I don't value them in the same way that you do. I value art, but you really, you look at art and you digest it and you, like, your mind is thinking of all these things, whereas I don't get the same sort of, like, stimulation from film and TV and all that kind of stuff.
Media.
Yeah. So I'd say to be inspired, I much prefer being in nature. I think that's probably why I really like the Greece documentary that I made, because I, like, as soon as I stepped onto the farm, I just was so inspired. I was so happy to be there, and yeah, it's probably nature.
Nature. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense as well. So does it mean not only like the Greek, like going, you know, speaking to local farmers and things like that, but if you were to just have a weekend away in the countryside, you would feel a lot more inspired?
Definitely.
That makes sense.
Definitely.
A lot of artists do that. And like artists, musicians.
That's so true.
So I don't think
true.
you're that different from other people just because you didn't consume a lot of like digital content.
Girl, I felt like such a loser. People would be talking about The Simpsons or Family Guy, and I'd be like, what is that?
You're not a loser. You're just you're just different. We're all different. I had friends in high school who weren't allowed mobile phones. Friends who didn't have microwaves. Like, everyone's different. I thought that was weird. The no microwave thing's weird. Did you not have a microwave?
No, we had a microwave.
Okay, you're not that bad then. So
That's really funny.
just a quick one. Favorite French food? I want something like a savory dish and dessert.
Okay, favorite French food. I think my all-time favorite, this is a winter dish. I'll give you two. Winter dish is croissants.
Oh yeah.
It's like a
Is
pasta.
that what we had? No, we had tartiflettes.
Yes.
I still think about that.
Croissant is a variation of tartiflette. You need the pasta that's specific to, like, the region, which is where I went to school in Grenoble. That's why I like it. And then summer, kind of, I really like moules frites.
What's that?
Mussels and fries.
Oh, yeah.
With a nice blue cheese sauce. Love it.
Oh my God. Ew. So when I was in Deauville recently, there was they smell funny sometimes though. It's, maybe because I was feeling really nauseous that day. I was like, I can't be
I can't say
around
I've ever had this experience. I'm going to turn people off from it. Okay.
I'm going to cut all of that. We have to go to the seaside and have that.
It's such a bummer because Jean hates seafood and he's okay with some fish, but he doesn't like mussels. He doesn't like oysters. And so we don't do those kind of things.
That's why you got me. I love oysters
know.
though. So we have to go to that place.
Yeah.
Also wanted to know favorite cafe in Paris. I know it's tricky.
Okay, I have two. So most of the cafes have really bad coffee. So if you want really good coffee, my favorite cafe is Synapse Torréfaction. It's
Okay.
right by the Botanical Gardens. I love to get my coffee. It's the best coffee I've ever had in Paris. And then you just
Really?
walk to the gardens. Yes. However, if you're looking for a aesthetic cafe, then I think you're good with the Bar Perché on the 7th floor of the Printemps department store.
Oh, okay.
They have a terrace so you can sit, and their terrace faces the Eiffel Tower.
Wow.
So you get your coffee, you get your little Madeleine, and you sit and you face the Eiffel Tower. It's a very exceptional experience.
That's amazing. Those are some great tips. I'll make sure to include everything in the description of this video as well so people can go check it out. Thank you for answering that. I just like to mix up the deep questions with some quick rapid fire ones.
Okay.
And I remember if you asked me this on your podcast, but if you left France tomorrow, what would you miss the most?
Wow.
Yeah.
Easy for me. I would just miss the transportation.
What?
No, I'm not even joking. When I go to Greece, I'm so limited because I don't drive. When I go to Canada, I'm limited. I don't drive. I miss that you can do so much on just your 2 feet.
Yeah.
That's what I would miss.
You mean Paris or France?
Both.
Really? That's what you would miss the most? You
Yep.
wouldn't miss the food?
Nope.
The...
Girl, I go home and I'm depressed because I cannot go where I want to go because you lose your sense of independence.
yeah.
I don't want to say I'm depressed. I love my family. I love going to Greece, all those things. But very quickly you realize how dependent you are.
Yeah, because someone doesn't have a license.
Yeah. So if I had my license, that would change. But the thing is, it's such a process. It takes years to get your license.
Girl, I know. Did you ever have it? Ever? And you just didn't renew it?
Oh my gosh. It's such a sad story. I got my license, okay? My grandma bought me driving lessons for my birthday. I got my license. I had my G2, full license. I was a good driver. And I go to get my final test, and I push it to the very end because I was living in France at the time. So I was like at the very end of the expiry date. And I went to do my final test, and he failed me because he said at the crossroads, like not the crossroads, the cross light, like green
Oh, at the, yeah.
stoplight.
Yeah, I think you
At the intersection, he said, I saw you move your head, but I need you to move your shoulders so I can acknowledge that you know you need to look both ways. And I thought, you are failing me. But it's known. They fail you so that they make you pay again and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they always fail you the first time, I feel.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me.
And so, voilà.
Comfy?
Yeah, I failed and I didn't get my license, and then I went back to France and...
And you've been here ever since, so honestly, it makes sense.
Yeah.
There's a lot of French people who don't have their license.
Most people.
Most people don't, unless you live like on a farm or in the countryside.
Yeah.
And I just had like a couple more questions about like Paris, kind of YouTube in general. What parts of Paris do you feel that people romanticize and that you've personally like struggle with or don't agree with? Like what's overrated or...
I think that Trocadero,
Yeah.
I find it a little bit overrated, just because people go there to get the nice pictures and stuff. But there are thousands of tourists, and it's just so, like, you're scared to get pickpocketed. There's people trying to sell you things. It's not... I really don't like that area.
Yeah.
And then I also dislike very strongly the street that takes you from Anvers all the way up to Sacré-Cœur. It's like the tourist strip street in Montmartre with all of the like souvenir stores and things. You've got all the pickpockets there, the gambling, scammer games. And the reason why I don't like it is it's just there's so many people, it's so unenjoyable.
Yeah.
And if you just go a little bit further, if you just go behind Sacré-Cœur,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
It's much better. That's where I was talking about.
Yeah.
Do you think the perception of like pickpocketing and all of that is like the stereotypes and things like that? Do you think it's as bad here as what people and what the media portrays?
You know, I actually think it's gotten better.
I think so too, yeah.
It used to be horrible. I got pickpocketed 3 or 4 times within the first 6 years of me moving here. I haven't really come across many pickpockets in the past 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
So you see them. You definitely see them around the Louvre sometimes, the clipboard ladies.
Yeah, the clipboard.
But
Eiffel Tower.
yeah, I do feel like it's less rampant than before.
Yeah, I would say so, because when I was here on holiday 4 years ago, I was so anxious. It's so funny. Like, I was reading Reddit before I came here, and I was like, oh my God, I can't go to the 18th. I'm going to get mugged. Like, I'm so scared.
Oh my gosh, no, okay.
Like, can't go to Sacré-Cœur, blah, blah, blah. And then I was aware of them. I saw them, like, with the little string and their tricks and stuff. But if you're just aware and vigilant and not an idiot with your bag unzipped and looking around, I think it's fine. Like, and it's definitely a lot.
Yeah.
I've noticed it a lot less.
I definitely do stop tourists. For example, one way that they'll get your phone is if you're at a restaurant on a terrace and you leave your phone on the table, someone will come by and take it. Or your camera. So I'm constantly reminding tourists that are sitting on the patios to not leave their phones out in the open.
Yes.
But I do also want to say, because this question comes up a lot during my consultation calls, which I do, people seem to be very anxious and always ask me if Paris is a dangerous city.
Yeah.
And I don't understand the question, because I don't think it's a dangerous city. It's just like any city, there's always going to be parts that are dangerous. There's going to be pickpockets like there would be in any European city. But I wouldn't call Paris a dangerous city.
I mean, yeah, it just depends on the area, but I feel like, I mean, here in the Marais, I can walk home at 2 a.m. in the morning and I feel
in most
fine.
places.
In most places.
Yeah.
Do you also agree with the stereotype of people saying that Paris is dirty?
No.
I don't either. I don't get it.
No. Obviously, there's areas that are going to be more dirty than others. But I would say most, like, you see people all the time cleaning the streets and trimming the trees, like, all the time.
I hear them all the time in the morning. They come with the watery,
me
water
too.
truck thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it has, like, those moments, like, there's certain metro stations and stops that are a bit smelly and chaotic, but it's really not that bad. Like, I don't get where...
It's true that the metro probably is a little bit shocking, because when I went to Copenhagen...
Oh, yeah.
And there was not Spain. When I went to Copenhagen, I was like, what is this? It was as clean as a hospital.
Yeah. For sure.
Night and day compared to Paris. But I wouldn't call Paris dirty, like...
No, the way people talk about it is, like, a lot. But it also depends on your perception, where you're from originally and stuff like that. Another tip as well with the pickpocketing, if you're on the metro and you're standing near the door, don't have your phone out, because people come past and swipe it before the doors close.
Yeah.
Not everywhere, like, but just have your wits about you. and just don't be stupid. So yeah, that's really great advice. And I also wanted to know, if you weren't a full-time creator, what do you think that you would be doing, or like what would be your dream job?
Oh, I had my dream job when I was in Canada.
Okay, what was it?
So before I came to France, I was working at the CN Tower, which is like the Eiffel Tower of Canada.
Oh, really? Is it like does it have like a view deck?
It's like a big tower. You have the view deck. You have the 360 restaurant that rotates. I think it still has a Michelin star. And I was on the events planning team.
No way!
Yeah, it was very cool. They needed someone who was bilingual, so thank you, Mom and Dad, for putting me in French immersion. And yeah, it was fully like a dream job. But I think I knew that like climbing the corporate ladder would be hard. All of my managers weren't close to retirement and it was a very tight-knit group. I think I didn't see a lot of mobility in that role, even though I loved it so much. And I had to decide between either staying in that role or going to France. And I moved to France.
You're here.
Yeah.
Would you enjoy doing like event planning and things like that?
Yeah, I love it.
If you weren't that, yeah. I can definitely see that. You would be amazing.
Yeah.
We can plan my wedding if you want.
I definitely want to
Bachelorette.
plan your bachelorette, girl. I'm so excited.
I know, but I just have to find a man. Find someone. It will be worth it when we come to it in the future. We don't have to go too deep on this if you don't want to, but being a creator full time, you have mentioned to me before personally that it can be feel kind of isolating. How do you think it is a very lonely career or something that you would recommend to other people, being a full-time content creator?
Oof, I think that there are so many things to say on that.
Yeah.
Why is it isolating? It's isolating for two main reasons. You're working by yourself. So I always tell people I sit at my desk and I see my four walls, and that is my communication for the day. And obviously I go out and I interview people and I'm doing things, but I've said this before, filming is 10% of my work, editing is 90%. So you're spending most of your time alone. But it's also isolating because it's a very competitive field, because you have people who do have like a scarcity mentality, who don't want to collaborate, who don't want to work together. And so it almost feels like other creators are your peers.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to network and build connections when people do have the scarcity mindset and don't want to not necessarily share opportunities, but like collaborate. Yeah. And so I find it lonely in that sense as well. And I think another reason why becoming a content creator is something you really have to think about is because you definitely lose a huge chunk of your private life. I do. There's a part of me that wishes I didn't have to create content because I'm always on my phone.
Yeah.
Before I started creating YouTube videos, I was literally never on my phone. I had the oldest generation of Android. Like, I'd post on Instagram once a year. I was so not on it. And I was living a life that felt a little bit more fulfilling, honestly, because I was always in the present.
Yeah.
And so I do feel like when you're a content creator, you have to spend your time filming and also looking what everyone else is doing online.
And you do everything yourself. Like, you have Jean to help you, but you don't have a team. Ariel, like, edits, films, comes up with concepts, ideas, everything. Yeah. Some people have the luxury to have like a lot of help and support, and they just have to film a video, send it off to the editor.
My dream.
Yeah. And like, maybe that's a future thing, but yeah, I would love to also ask you, what are the next like 10 years you think look like for you? This is kind of a hard question, but
it's hard because, you know, because I'm a data girly, I always try and look at my numbers for anything I'm doing in business, and I try and project off of that.
Yeah.
And anytime you project, because I've tracked obviously the past couple of years, I'm always so far off, not in a bad way, not in a good way, but I'm so far off what I projected because the trends change.
Yeah.
Like, we were talking about it this year, there's a lot less tourism, and so travel content is in less demand, so you have to adapt. And so last year, when travel consultations were a huge part of my business, they're less so this year, and so it's really hard to project. 10 years, I want Jean to work with me full time for sure. I actually haven't thought about that far out.
I mean, it's a bit of a weird, like, it's like an interview question.
Yeah.
Do you think that you'll still be in France in 10 years' time?
Oh, it's so hard. I keep telling my mom I'll come home at some point.
Yeah.
Because I've always wanted, if we have kids, I want to be back home in Canada.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense.
No, I know, but that's the thing is that you build your life here, and I don't want to restart again.
Yeah, but then it's like family. It takes a village with children as well.
Yeah, but you have a village here. Like, I'm always there for Sam, and
Yeah.
you know, your friends are there for you always. It's not the same as your family, definitely, but I think it'd be really hard for me to go back and adapt to Toronto culture or Canadian culture because it is very different from France. My life here is so different.
Also, I had a fun question. How did you meet Jean? Have you told people this before?
Definitely, I think so. I think I vaguely mentioned it. The reason I don't talk about it as much is because Jean and I have been dating for almost 4 years.
Yeah, well, I think people want to know. Like, Jean is Ariel's incredible fiance, and you both helped me so much. You helped fix my couch, build my new bed, install all the shelving in my house. Like, he's just a gem. So so how did you meet? I know, but for the people.
So Jean and I met at basketball.
Yep.
I was previously playing on a men's basketball team because there was no space on the women's team, and I have a taller body than most women, so they let me on the men's team. And I became friends with all of the guys on that team. It was so great. We were constantly hanging out, like partying, playing basketball. It was just the best time ever. And one of the guys brought Jean to a practice over the summer. Mm-hmm. And I kind of like laughed at him a little bit because Jean's shorter than me. And
Not
I was
by
like,
that much, is it?
By a solid 10 centimeters.
Really?
He's significantly shorter than me.
But
that's not why I laughed at him. In basketball, it's always like, oh, who's like, we were all tall. Me and my other two friends were very tall. Our position is the tallest one on the team. It's called post, number 5. And so Jean comes, he's small, and he's the point guard, the shortest person on the team. And so when you're tall, you're like, what does this guy think he's going to do? He's so short, like, you know, you can easily swat the ball down and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You have a big advantage when you're tall in basketball. And so I was like playing it up, who does this short guy think he is, like teasing him?
Even he's on your team.
No, he was on the opposite team.
Oh, sorry. I
was like egging him on as a joke. And he like kicked our ass. He was so good. He was so good.
Fast.
He's so fast. He's so good at dribbling. His shoots are good. I was like, who is this hottie? Like, it went from who's this shorty to who's this hottie. But then the real thing that but made me realize that I thought he was a really cool guy is we went for drinks after. And one of the guys was trying to make this argument he was saying that women aren't responsible for most of the domestic labor in the household. And I was saying, statistically, women are still responsible for that. It's a huge gap in marriages that women still have that responsibility. And he goes, well, my dad does all the cooking and cleaning, like to make a point.
Okay, yeah.
And then Jean turns him and he goes, well, it's different. Your dad worked for the military, so he retired 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's a very special
He's a stay-at-home dad. That's why he cooks more than your mom.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really liked that Jean wasn't just going to sit there silently while his friend was kind of like talking like shit against feminism. Like, we were having this whole like feminism debate, and I really like how Jean sort of swooped in and corrected him.
That's nice.
And was on the side of...
Yeah. I feel like that guy... His argument was very personal.
Yeah, it's not statistically significant to say, based on my own personal family circumstances, women don't do domestic labor.
Yeah,
that's very
crazy.
That's not logical. Sorry.
No. So okay. Oh yay! And then how long? And then how did he? I want to know. Sorry, this is kind of juicy, but how did he ask? Like, who asked who out first? Like, how did the friends become lovers?
Okay, Jean is a very shy little boy. Okay, he's very shy, and I'm not. So he didn't talk much, but he started coming to our basketball practices regularly. And I, the organizer, would always get everyone rallied up to go for drinks after practice.
That's nice.
And so I would sort of, bring Jean along and include him in our group in the way that I would anyone. I wasn't specifically trying to include Jean, but he was the new guy. I wanted him to feel included. So I was like, come for drinks. And I remember he would like sit in the corner by himself. Like, he's a really shy guy. He's really shy. You don't see that because he knows you, and I think that I've made him a little bit more extrovert over time. So we had a game one day, and I was supposed to go to Nuit Blanche.
Oh, yes.
With a friend.
Night.
Yeah, it's like the art night.
Yeah.
And my friend bailed on me, and I was ticked. And I brought it up at practice, and he was like, oh, well, I'm free. There's just the rugby game.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was like, oh, well, why don't we go watch the rugby game, and then we'll go to Nuit Blanche.
So you instigated it.
Oh, definitely. But he was so shy.
I thought that he asked you out on a date. Oh, no, you thought that he was hot, and you were like, oh, I kind of...
No, it wasn't hot. It was his heart. Immediately, I was like,
heart, yeah.
this man is a caring man. And I was so attracted to that.
Oh,
he is hot, obviously, but
Yeah.
it was his heart that really... I think I called my friend. I was like, I'm going to marry this man immediately.
Did you have did you have a bit of a crush on him when you invited him to White Night, like before then?
No, I didn't like the idea of mixing...
Business and pleasure?
because I was the only girl on the basketball team, I didn't want this connotation of like the girl who is...
Yeah.
You know, getting around with the boys on the basketball team. I don't know why that bothered me so much, but I was thinking, if I'm really going to date someone, I want to be sure before we make it official to the whole team.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
That makes total sense.
So, yeah.
People gossip.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you went to... I didn't know that. Okay, so you hung out on White Night, and then you just kept hanging out after that.
I mean, yeah, the thing is when you're on a team, you naturally see each other for practice, for games. We would always go out together like everyone. And over time, we just... I mean, the biggest moment, I think, probably was for Halloween. I, again, organized an event at my house. I organized pumpkin carving. And I definitely was interested in Jean, so I limited the group to just...
Okay, so sorry about the camera change. My camera went flat, so we're on the iPhone. But, Ariel, you were saying about the Halloween dates.
Yeah, I was talking about the thing that changed it for Jean and I organized a Halloween party, pumpkin carving, got snacks and everything. And I only invited a few people so I could just like get to know Jean better.
Yes, no, him.
And I think I kind of not pushed it, but I wasn't disappointed when people canceled. And so just Jean came over.
So I thought it was just you organized it for you and him after you'd been dating for some time or something.
No.
No way. That worked out. The universe, that worked out perfectly.
Yeah, and I got all of his little favorite candies. And we ended up carving pumpkins. And then we watched a movie. And then I think he ended up staying the night. But it was very platonic. It was still platonic at this... No, truly, like, again, I had not made up in my mind if I wanted to be a basketball couple, like... No, seriously.
Wow. Yeah, and you never saw One Tree Hill, did you? I always ask you that question.
No, why?
This TV show. It's this teen TV show, kind of like the OC. People might know it. And it's like set in high school, and it's called Les Frères Scott in French, and it's about these two brothers on the basketball team. Yeah. It's just like, I loved it. Maybe we should watch it one time.
I feel like I probably like it. I want to add one more thing actually on that. Yeah. Also, another reason why I didn't jump in right away with Jean, like as a partner or like dating romantically, is because Jean is the nicest man in the world, in the whole world. And before him, I had only dated like really shitty guys. I think it was definitely new for me to be with someone who was so caring and thoughtful and just a really good person. It's hard to, like, I don't have to talk about the psychology of it, but
no, you can.
It was definitely it was a new experience for me to date someone who was just so wonderful.
Yeah.
You know?
And, well, I actually did have a question about, like, dating and stuff, and I wanted to know, is there a big difference between French men and Canadian men, like, from Toronto that you noticed, or not really?
The problem is I haven't dated anyone in Toronto for over a decade, so it's really hard to compare. I think generally there's definitely a difference. I do feel like the men that I was seeing, again, it's very different because I wasn't working. I was like in university, so I was surrounded by frat guys and a lot of dude bros.
Yeah.
So it's really hard for me to compare like a 30-year-old man from Toronto to a guy in France. So I don't want to... Yeah, I have no idea. It's
too hard. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Well, I'm glad that you met Jean, and I was also a part of the proposal story, so I'll link that video down below as well, because that's really fun, and I think if anyone's interested, it's a great story, I think. Okay, thanks. So we've been yapping for a long time, and I want to play a game.
Okay.
And it's a very, like...
Okay.
You love games. You love games more than me.
I do love games.
So, this is kind of fun. This is just a would you rather.
Okay.
And it's kind of silly, but I love it. And
we love a prepared queen. Laura, you're so on it.
Yeah, well, come on. You've taken the time out of your day to come here, so I just knew that you would like this. Okay, so croissant or pain au chocolat?
Croissant.
Okay, really?
Yeah, I don't like... If I want something savory, I want something savory. Like, I feel like a pain au chocolat is a weird mix of both.
But you love chocolate.
Yeah, I like milk chocolate more than dark. And pain au chocolat is dark chocolate.
Okay. And if you had to say, what are your favorites out of bread, wine, or cheese?
Wine.
Okay, so if you had to remove one from your life, would you rather get rid of chocolate or wine? Like, never have wine again or never have chocolate?
Oh. What the heck, Laura? I think I could probably get rid of wine because I like beer. So
Okay, yeah. I was going to say
if I
that.
want an alcoholic beverage, I could.
But you couldn't give up chocolate?
No, I love chocolate.
You're like my mum.
Yeah.
I could give up chocolate, but I couldn't give up lollies.
I know Laura's dangerous. She has boxes of candy and chocolate in her house, and
Yeah.
it's like when I come over, I just want to eat it all.
I know, and I often like palm it off to your Jean. And like, I didn't tell you this, but when Jean stayed a bit longer the other day and he was helping me with my shelves, before he left, I was like, come here. And he, that sounds weird. That sounds like I'm setting up something weird. I was like, have you tried Nerds? You know, like those candies?
Are you even nerds?
Yeah, and I was like, come on, just like tip them. And he goes, oh, what is this? And so I was like, come here. And we'll have some like, it's like, I don't know why I was being so seedy about it.
It's because I try and limit how much sugar John I take.
I know, but I'm like the bad person. Okay. Some of these are so funny. These are so stupid. And it made me laugh. Okay. Would you rather only wear 100% polyester?
Oh, no. Never.
Ariel hates polyester. Would you rather wear 100% polyester for the rest of your life or have all of your clothing smell like wet dog?
No, wet dog. For sure, I would take that.
Really?
I
You would rather
hate
smell?
Yes. Polyester for the rest of your life?
Yeah, you can only wear polyester
No,
clothing.
definitely not. I don't like it.
You would rather smell?
Yep.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. I'm really not. No, I don't. And Jean, actually, one of the first gifts he ever bought me were 2 polyester. I think I told you this. He bought me 2 polyester dresses, and he was like, he really was happy to give them to me. And I was like, Jean, I love you, but I don't like polyester.
Do you still have them?
Yes, I can't bring myself to.
Yeah, they're special.
Yeah. But the problem is they're long dresses. They're like really pretty maxi dresses, but it's like a garbage bag. Like polyester feels like a garbage bag to me. So it's just like sweating.
Oh no. Well, at least you tried.
Yeah.
It's the thought that counts.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, I've got another one. Would you rather never be allowed to play sport or exercise ever again in your life, or never allowed to eat a home cooked meal again?
Laura, that's not even a question.
Yeah, I made it hard for you.
Laura,
It's specific to Ariel.
Those are so unrealistic. That's so
like you have to eat from restaurants, like eat out like for every meal.
Okay, you know what? I would do that because you know why? You can find healthy restaurants. Like there are gluten-free vegan restaurants that are definitely healthy. I would do that. Sport is such an integral part of my life.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
and so is healthy eating and like
yes,
good food.
I hate going out to restaurants too many times a week. I like really self-restrict.
So you would rather that?
Yes. Okay, the problem is sports. I love team sports. That's how I socialize. That's how I get exercise.
Yeah.
It's like you would take a chunk out of my heart.
I don't know what I would pick.
I know what you would pick. You hate sports.
Don't out me. No, it's true. I hate exercise, but I really need to do it. Like I need to because it's good. I need to stretch. I need to get
muscle.
into
You need to build some muscle.
Honestly, but I don't like cooking either. So I think I'd be happy to eat out and go to restaurants if I could still like maybe exercise.
You know what? I think it's because my mom is a bit of a health nut as well. And I just have this phobia in my mind. I'm like, if I eat out too much, it'll be really bad for my health.
It honestly makes you, and also you don't know how much butter and fat people
And
put in
salt,
their cooking.
yeah.
But if you found some like really like farm to like
Yeah.
really good restaurants, I think it'd be fine.
Yes.
And you get to know them, and then you could like, hey Steve, can I just have some boiled veggies tonight?
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. This one's funny.
Oh my god.
They're so stupid. They're not even like Paris based. It's just funny to me because I just wanted to make you laugh. Apartment with no heating or no ventilation.
Shut up, Laura. What the?
No heating or no hot water.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Like, I don't think people don't realize this, but when we didn't have hot water, I was bathing out of like soup. Like soup. No, like the big no.
Pots.
Big pots.
Oh, like, yeah, okay. You're filling up boiling water
and so I got very used to that because we did it for months.
Jesus.
So I could do that. The cold definitely bothered me because there's only so much heat that you can make yourself. You really need like central heating to keep you warm. So I think I would probably need the heating.
So you would prefer no heating to no hot water?
I would prefer neither.
If you had to choose. You had to choose. No hot water or no heating.
The problem is the heating is only relevant for 3 months of the year.
I know.
Okay, yeah, I would take the hot water.
Yeah, me too, because you're showering every day.
Yeah.
You've got a little bit of mascara.
Girl, I know. Story of my life. It's a stupid song.
Story of my life. Okay, this one makes me it's so stupid. This one's really stupid. Oh god, I need to eat something. I'm being silly. Okay, would you rather a full house with only only Lego furniture and decorations, or Jean has to leave the house and wear a wig every time he leaves the house, even for your wedding?
Why would you have to wear a wig?
It's part of the question.
Like, how big could the wig be? Could it be small?
It always changes. Like, you have like a bunch of wigs at home, like long ones, like curly ones, but he has to wear like, and they're bad wigs too, like synthetic, shiny, fake party wigs. No. Okay, so a full house of only Lego furniture and decorations.
He has to wear a wig.
Or he has to wear a wig like every time he leaves the house, even for the wedding.
I think it'd be selfish of me to pick that because it wouldn't really, I'm like, I don't want Jean to have to do that. I would feel bad.
He wouldn't care, I don't think.
I don't know about that. I think it would bother him for sure. A scratchy plastic wig, girl, no.
It's only when he leaves the house. He can wear, like, he doesn't have to wear it at home. He has to wear it in basketball.
I guess I'll take the Lego.
So stupid. Really? Actually, Lego would make him happy too.
I know either I make him sad or happy, so I guess I would make him happy. Jean has an addiction to Lego, and I really have to keep it under control, otherwise we would end up with a full house of Lego.
God, such a stupid question. Anyway. Oh, and then I have a laugh. That one made me laugh the most. And finally, would you rather lose all of your videos and photos or the memories attached to them?
Ooh, girl. You know what? You know how many times I've lost my photos and videos? A couple.
Really?
When you are dealing with thousands of gigabytes of footage,
well,
you're bound to have something go wrong. I've deleted my computer one time. I've deleted my hard drives. Like, things happen, and you'll live. I lived. But deleting the memories?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I don't have a great memory, though, honestly, so.
Yeah, it's hard, though, because when you look at, like, the photo albums and stuff.
Yeah, you remember things
They
better.
help trigger memories.
I was reading about this because I'm actually concerned that I can't remember significant memories. And someone was talking about, I think it was a psychologist or something, but because your life is longer, you remember things in your childhood because your life was so short. Like, percentage-wise, Easter as a 2-year-old as like a 5-year-old was such a bigger percentage than Easter at 30 because you've had 30 Easters to compare.
Yeah, that's true.
So as you get older, memories take up like less space as when you were a child. I hope I'm explaining that well, but I thought that was a very interesting
It makes sense because you're discovering and learning things.
Yeah.
And, like, everything's new and it makes me sad to think about that. I think that's why it's important to stay present and really enjoy and live in the moment. Okay, so that's pretty much all I had for today. I just want to thank you so much for taking the time to do this with me.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a joy to be here.
Of course. I mean, you're with me. So.
I just want people to know I hate when Laura says thank you because I just feel like it's silly.
Yeah, it feels weird, isn't it? Like we're not friends.
Thank your friend. Yeah.
But I'm just grateful for you because, anyway, we're all busy and stuff. But I really hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that anyone who's watching this can learn a little bit more about Ariel, and I'm going to make sure to add all of your social media down below. And do you want to shout out anything like a Patreon or something? Shut up!
I'm actually collaborating with a really great artist named Laura. Yeah, you can, I have my Patreon, which is more fun, exclusive content. Like, I post videos on my Patreon that I don't post on YouTube, which are more personal because I feel like with Patreon you can be more intimate. I'm less high-strung and stressed on my Patreon than I am on my main channel. So
no one can see that you're stressed on your main channel, but I feel like
it's because you don't see me film.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Patreon is a much more chill, I think, place, and I post my videos there. And also, Laura and I collaborate on paintings that go on the Patreon. So
yeah, so if you can be, there's different tiers.
Yeah, so the shoes get fine art prints sent to them every month. So every month we have a painting that Laura and I work on. I do 0.1% of the work. I give the inspo.
No, you don't.
Please, Laura. Laura does all the painting. That's my point. Anyways, the paintings that we sort of figure out together are monthly, so they're supposed to represent the seasonal changes, the ambiance changes, the activities that you do in Paris certain times of the year. So yeah, the shoes get a fine art print sent every month, and then if you just want to buy one of the posters, you can just buy a poster.
There's an option for that as well if you're a member.
Yeah.
But you can be a free member to have
Yeah.
access to that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I highly, highly, highly recommend checking out Ariel's main channel. Her content's incredible.
I thought you were going to say I highly, highly recommend the prints. They're really pretty.
Oh, and the
I'm
prints
like,
as well. Yes,
I'm
of
like,
course.
yes, Laura, you are talented. I highly recommend
Yeah,
them
like,
as well.
oh my God. No, the prints are great. They're really fun. We have a lot of exciting things planned for the year. So make sure you're a member. I'll make sure Ariel's Patreon, her links, everything's down below. And whether or not you're interested in coming to Paris or not, you just want to learn about, I don't know, the culture and things to do here, Ariel is your girl, because I know it's awkward, but she has the most amazing thought out videos.
Thanks.
So yeah, definitely check out Ariel's channel.
Wait, I want to say, sometimes I look back at my footage, and because I'm not editing this, I have no control. But it's hard because I don't think it translates on video. But if I'm making weird facial expressions, or if I sound a little, sometimes I feel like I sound rude.
You or me?
Me. And like, I know that I mean it.
Because you are rude.
No, but when I'm like, Laura, that's amount, not like, I don't mean it. And you know what I mean?
No, you're just passionate.
Yeah, I mean everything with love.
Yeah.
Light and love.
Yeah, no. Don't worry about that. They'll know. And I just wanted to leave you with a question. This might be more of a tricky one, but I wanted to say, if you could give one piece of advice to your past self, like little Ariel or whatever age, what would you tell her?
I would say it's okay if you're not popular.
Oh, I love that.
I was not popular. And it made me sad sometimes.
Yeah.
Because the guys I had crushes on, I wasn't like in the popular group, or I wasn't one of the cool girls. But, I think over time you figure out who you are.
Yeah.
And you find your own way. And now I haven't thought about if I'm popular for, I don't know, 10 years. Like, you just find your own way. You find people that you love. You find things you're passionate about. And whether or not you're cool to other people is so irrelevant.
It's so irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah. High school was not fun for me either.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Yeah.
it's your whole world, and also the hormones are raging.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So everything's kind of amplified. But yeah, that's really nice. That's great advice. And that's it.
Thank you so much, Laura, for having me.
It's been a pleasure. Anytime. But yeah,
I'm so
thank
excited
you.
to go get dinner.
Yeah, we're so excited. We're going to go grab dinner, and we're going to have a girls' night, watch a movie. And I will be back soon with another video. So see ya. Bye. Mwah.